Hi, it's Patty from Relatively Refined with a new video. In today's video, I am doing a late summer refresh of my hunt board, which is in the eat-in portion of my kitchen. And I also am going to share with you a small haul from an antique store and a thrift store of items that are helping me to embrace the transition from uh, summer into late summer and early fall, and help me to enjoy some of the harvest items from my garden and prepare for more time in the kitchen, which will be coming up this fall. So without further ado, let's get to the video. This is the hunt board or server that sits right next to my kitchen table where we eat most evenings. And I decided it needed a little bit of a refresh now that we are going to be spending more time inside. I kind of wanted it to have a more useful look instead of just decorative. I apologize for this awkward angle of my serving hunt board, but it is very close to my kitchen table, so it's hard to get a good shot of it. But this is where I keep dishes for setting the table. You can see there on the right, I brought in my Mikasa plates, and I decided to anchor it with a pretty cloche that was a gift from my mom, and I just stacked it on top of my Mikasa plates and the Pfaltzgraff salad plates or bread and butter plates. Here's a close-up of those Mikasa plates and the Pfaltzgraff bread and butter plates with the cloche on top. That's a good way to anchor that side and give a little bit of height while still making it easy to set the table. And that is a Pfaltzgraff sugar bowl with some of my bronze little spreaders and teaspoons in it. And my very favorite Pfaltzgraff cups and saucers. That's the Heritage collection that I have a few of, and I love to have my evening tea in those, or afternoon tea. And there's a creamer with just some pretty black-eyed Susans, which I think kind of remind me of sunflowers, which then remind me of this time of year, August, September. Beautiful fall colors, but still reminding us that we are, in fact, in the summer. And since I'm not one who changes things around a whole lot, I think this will be a nice look to carry us into fall. I can change out those flowers, add a few embellishments, and I think this will work great for transitioning us to the cooler months where we're inside more often. Here's a little look at the items I'm going to be sharing with you today. These were all picked up locally from the local antique shop and thrift store and the kitchen store. So these are some items that I'm going to be sharing with you in today's small haul. So I wanted to share with you a few items that I picked up at a couple different places. One was a local antique shop, and which is right around the corner from my house. And I was feeling inspired by all of the vegetables and things that I'm pulling out of the garden, and I'm trying to find a place to put. And August has always been that transition time where we start to harvest more from the garden. We start to think about the cooler nights. And so as I'm preparing for more time inside, I've noticed that when I am out thrifting or antiquing, I am kind of drawn to more kitchen items, more items that I might use cooking or inside. So today's sort of mini haul is a few items that I think fit the bill for more time inside. And the first thing is this stoneware bowl, which
I fell in love with it because of the size and also the I don't know if you can see the pattern on it, and it has this really great crackling on the inside. And I just have, let me see if I can adjust this so I can kind of show you more about what's going on here. I just have my little potatoes in here, and these really need to be used up, but these little tiny potatoes. And so, you know, it's got some chipping, and so like I wouldn't serve food out of it, but for storing items, I think it's, I can't see me. I don't know what you want to see, me or the items. It feels like you kind of can have both. Okay, here we go. But it's a great size for storing that. It's, I don't know, that's my hand. So it's a nice little size for storing potatoes or garlic or whatever. But I thought it was just so pretty. And this color, it just seemed so fall like to me. And I was excited. This was, I think, $8. I think it was 10, marked 10, and she gave it to me for 8. And I really like it. And at that same shop, and actually in the same booth, I found this really cute crock. And growing up, my mom always had Crocs. I really wish that we had held on to those because they were beautiful and she had a lot of them. It's small. It is, you know, maybe 4 or 5 inches high and about the same diameter. And it, right now I have garlic in it, but I am thinking moving into the fall, this would be a really cute planter. I could put like a little mum in it if I can find the small mums. I think that would be really sweet. And this was also marked 10 and I got for 8. So these were my 2 antique store finds. And I just think, I mean, look how pretty that is. And then I'm going to show you over here. You can see this is my little haul. The next few items I thrifted. I'll start with Crocs again. This pretty crock I got for $1.99 at the thrift store. And it has no marking on the bottom, but it does have this really pretty blue band, and it has a nice lip on it. So I think this would be a great utensil holder. It is on the smaller side, so you wouldn't be able to, like I have a big one, which I keep most of my utensils in, but this one I think would be great for some of my mini spatulas and things like that that I really enjoy. It was $1.99 at the thrift store, and I absolutely love it. And then the final item from the final storage or crock type item that I got at the thrift store was this. This was 75 cents. And I think it's like a mustard crock. It's the brown glazed stoneware crock. This I think I'm going to use. I have a couple ideas. I think I'm going to store either some of my dried herbs that I will be drying from my garden, or maybe some homemade mustard or homemade aioli or mayonnaise can be stored in it. The inside of it, so if you're not familiar with these little crocks, they have a metal latch, and I always have to think about it before I can unlatch them, no problem, but when I latch them, I always have to mentally think about it. I'm not very good with spatial things, so it takes me a minute. Anyway, this just pops off like that, and then it kind of slides over, and the lid has a notch in it. But I am always on the hunt for little storage items like this, and I thought this color was so nice for fall. And then the lid, like I said, is like this, and there's a notch, and I really have to like focus because it really does, I don't know why this seems so hard to me, but it's really not. So there's a straight edge which goes into the notch, and then it just flips down and snaps, and it's got a pretty good seal on it. And I thought that was super cute for 75 cents and in really great shape. And then I also, at the same thrift store, I got a couple of household items. This one is just more useful. I have been making, if you watched my sister Paula's video about her easy lemonade pie recipe, I have been making that a lot this summer. And I do the lime version of it, but I'll link her video up above. But this I think will be great for serving that pie. Has a nice angle to it, nice shape. It also has one side is serrated, and I like the wooden handle. I think it'll hold up a lot better than the one that I had, and I'm excited to use this for that pie. This was 50 cents at the thrift store. And this was also 50 cents at the thrift store. And I am so excited. I'm probably most excited about this wooden spoon. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't that beautiful? So it's got a really nice shape to it. It's got a deep vessel, and it's nice and long. This is quite big. And this was 50 cents. I just wash it with water and Dawn dish soap, hot water and Dawn dish soap, and then I dry it completely. And then I did hit it with a little bit of, this is food grade mineral oil. I got this from my kitchen store. This is mineral oil, and it is food grade. So I rubbed a little bit of this with a soft rag on it, and that will kind of cure it. But this handle feels so good. I wish you could feel it. It's nice and soft. Like I said, this was 50 cents. It's nice and tall, and I'm excited to use this because it has more like a ladle shape to it. So I'm excited. I love wooden utensils. I am trying to switch over to them, and to find one that is already well loved and worn and so pretty for 50 cents. I was just thrilled. So that is it for my small haul. Just a few items from the antique store and the thrift shop that I'm really excited about, because they will help me to make that transition from summer into fall, which I'm always ready for. I actually look forward to it, but it does mean the passing of another season, which I think is always a bittersweet feeling. But if these pretty items can help make transitioning inside the home from outside a little bit easier, then I'm glad to have purchased them, and I'm really glad to have shared them with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.